Okay. Yeah, the notebook is annoying. And I will put this right there. Okay.
So I'm watching the thumb, and what I have to say is that I asked you to fix it, and it's not fixed. And even though you can bend it when I come over and take a peek, that's not fixing it. And the reason it's not fixing it is because the way that you stick your thumb in there, like you're sucking it, that makes it so it's hard to bend. You have to stick it in sideways. You have to come at it. Well, no, it goes here, like that. Because when you come in sideways, then you have your finger lying a little bit sideways, and that's what gives you your strength in your bow hand. Let me see you just do your thumb and first finger. I'll hold your violin for you.
Okay, thank you.
So you should be able to go like this on your elbow, on your shoulder. But, okay. Is your finger on its side?
Yeah.
Not your thumb, your finger.
Yeah.
Go like this. Well, since you can't do that, the reason you can't do that is because you don't have your finger on its side. If you have your finger too far up, straight up and down, you can't do that. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to hold your bow like this. I want you to be a floppy dog, and I just want you to set it on there. And now see if you have that pressure there. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Feels like you do.
I do.
Okay, so don't lose that bow hand. And now see how it feels to play it. And draw with that finger. So that's the finger. The thumb doesn't really do anything. The thumb doesn't do anything. It's the finger that does things. But in order for your finger to do things, your thumb has to be sideways. It can't be like this. It has to be sideways so that you can put your finger in such a way that your finger is strong. So take the rest of your fingers off and just do some... Okay, but make sure that you're not wrapping your finger, that you're just setting it. And you should be able to keep it on because of the pressure of your finger and thumb. And it's more like right here that you feel the pressure.
Oh.
You feel that?
Yeah.
That's the feeling you have to have. And it's this finger that does all the work on the bow hand, mostly. See if you can do some open strings with your feeling your finger. And your finger is here. This finger goes to there. When you're here, this finger is here. You have to pretend that all of the time. Take your other fingers off. And if it's hard, you're not doing it right. Let me see. Isn't that out of tune? Isn't that out of tune?
Maybe.
Sounds out of tune to me, but maybe I don't know anything. My fourth finger's out of tune all the time. Okay, let me see with your bow hand if you can keep your other fingers off and just do it. Well, that's pretty good. I'm just checking it. Can you make it stronger? I mean, can you make it more sideways? Can you make this finger more sideways? Yeah. Okay, stop. Now put your other fingers on. There. How does that feel?
Good.
Better? Same? Worse?
Better.
Well, I don't know about that, but just
It just feels like...
see if you can keep that feeling in the string with your finger. Remember Betsy used to talk about how your finger is long, that it goes wherever your bow goes is where your finger goes. By the way, when you did that other exercise where you did the weighting with the metronome, a couple of the notes, I really saw you doing like the Sefchik feeling. And if you can, is that the right exercise where you're really flexing from here?
Yeah.
Why don't you make sure you do that when you do that exercise? It looked beautiful.
Okay.
And remember, if I give you a compliment, you should enjoy it, because I don't give them out very often.
Okay.
ask you something? So, what is the purpose of Eugene continuously assigning this? What is he looking for? Do you play it exactly the way he wants you to play it right now? I mean, is he just going to say keep practicing it because it's good warm up, or does he not like the way you play it, or what is the point of this? You seem to know how to play it.
It's for
probably without even the music. So what's the point? I don't get it. I mean, I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm just saying, what are you supposed to do? I don't get it.
Well, this is meant for strokes, I guess. It's not really.
Well, are you doing the stroke exactly perfectly the way he wants? Is that what he's looking for? Is there anything that could be done to make it sound better? If he played it and you played it and I recorded both of you, would they sound exactly the same? Or would his sound better and different? And how would it sound better and different? I'm assuming that since he plays violin professionally, that he could make this sound better and different. So what would he be sounding like and what would he be doing that you're not able to do yet because you're 10 and he's probably over 24? Do you know?
No.
I don't know either. It sounds a tiny bit fuzzy. Can you start it again without looking at the music? And let's listen to the quality of your tone. So it does sound a little bit like somebody's, like there's a little extra vibration. Is that what it's supposed to sound like?
I don't know.
Okay, so get a piece of paper and make a note to ask Marcia and Eugene about what else you're supposed to be doing on this. Because what I don't want you to do is to play it every day and think, oh, this is perfect, I don't have to work on it. Or to pick it up and say, this is just a warm up, it's perfect, I don't have to work on it. I'd like you to know what you're doing. So if you don't have to work on it and it's just a warm up, great. Then then that's what you do every day. If there's something he wants you to do on it, then you do that. So get a piece of paper and a pencil and write down the name of the exercise and what, excuse me, I'm talking. I know there's a distraction, but you know what the distraction is. Okay? Put your violin down, run and get a piece of paper and write it down before I can say Jack Robinson 5 times. Jack Robinson, Jack Robinson, Jack Robinson, Jack Robinson, Jack Robinson. Okay, you're ready to go? Okay, write down the name of it and then a question mark. What do I need to work on for this, or is it just to be played every day? Get off of that! No! Bad dog. Bad dog. Bad dog. No. Get away from that door. Terrible puppy. I just want you to know what you're supposed to do. So when you practice this, it's perfectly clear. I think it sounded a bit fuzzy, and sometimes you hit 2 strings. So that's something you could do, and you might be able to think of something you can do. Okay, let's move on. About 5 more minutes, and then you can take a break and have a peanut butter bar.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you going to do next?
Well, I think the fuzziness might be like maybe with my bow and my violin, because
What?
my violin has rosin on the string, so I think I need to clean it off.
Oh, well, you can do that during your break. What are you going to do next?
I guess I'll practice the other Sevchik.
Okay, tell me what Sevchik this one is.
The 27th.
Okay, and what is the point of this? What has he said to you in the last couple of lessons that you need to work on when he talked about this piece? Isn't that this the one that he said every single time you play it, he said something about the tempo?
But it's supposed to be with the metronome.
Oh, okay, so you're going to try to keep it in tempo? And why is it hard to keep it in tempo? What's the problem that people have with it?
Because it's supposed to be a fast thing, and the stroke is really kind of hard.
Oh, it's this one. Okay.
This one.
Oh, I thought it was the yada dun dun dun.
That one.
Okay.
That one's hard for tempo too.
Okay, well that's not the okay, so this one. All right. So are you going to put the metronome on?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, why don't you pick a line to do? Don't start at the beginning. Start halfway through and play it through slowly, and then the second time play it fast. How slow is that?
That's 92.
No, I mean how slow does it go? Okay, start halfway, find the measure, and then turn away from the music and play it without the music. Okay, can I make a suggestion? If you're not looking at the music, maybe you could do something else, like go to rest position. So what are some things that you could do if you're not looking at the music? What can you do? What are some things?
You can look at your fingers or your bow.
Right? What else?
You could focus on things. Try to focus on your bow.
You can also focus on your body. Maybe move your body a little bit. Remember Danielle talked a lot about swaying, and Eugene talked about expression. So you could think about breathing and and relaxing your body to the music, right? Because when we're not focused on reading the music, there are lots of things that we could be doing. So I would suggest that you pick something, since it's a nice slow speed, and maybe try to have some fun with it. Or try to work with your fourth finger or something to make sure it's more flexible. Pick something to work on. Do something different. Put some chili powder in your soup. Put some sprinkles on your ice cream. Slowed down. This doesn't sound very slowed down to me.
It's supposed to be at 144.
I don't know. Did the metronome move on its own? Okay.
No, I put it at 92.
Sounds good.
It's Television Measures, and you should listen a few times and watch the music.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Bye. Okay, so here's what I have to say. Go to rest position. So, do you know what contradictory or paradoxical means?
Mm.
Well, in violin and all music, we have to strive to be perfect, right? But on the other hand, music isn't perfect. One of the reasons that professional pianists don't like keyboards is because they don't sound the same as pianos. We could get a keyboard that played a violin sound, right?
Yeah, there's actually a setting on that thing.
Right. But if I went to a concert, I wouldn't want to hear that played as the violin part. I'd want to hear the violin, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Even if they can't be out of tune when they play the note, I'd still rather hear the violin. Why?
Because I would rather see the violin, see the violinist instead of having the music in front of them. Also, that's a keyboard, not a violin. A violin has its own sound. It doesn't need to be put on a different instrument.
So one of the problems with an exercise is it's just an exercise. But if you can make an exercise music, then you're really a violinist. If you can do all the things that Eugene wants you to do and make it sound musical, then you're really in business. So right now, you're getting the notes right, but it doesn't make me want to dance. And I'm just about the most receptive person you'll ever find. If I hear any music, my body just starts moving. So you have to make me want to move. And you're not doing it. And I know you like this exercise. And I think that in addition to the technique, that you can make it sing. But the only way you're going to learn how to do that, to make me cry or dance or make me want to sing or whatever you're trying to make your audience do, you have to feel it yourself. If you're not dancing, nobody else is. guaranteed. I'm not saying you can walk on the balance beam or do a jig with your feet while you're playing violin, but you have to express all of the feelings in every piece of music that you play, including exercises. In fact, especially exercises. Even if they're super boring, even perpetual motion could be dun 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 dun, instead of rah 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 rah. Okay? So this little piece is not so beautiful, but it definitely has places that can be crescendoed, and it has places where you need to like make everybody in the room go, this is really jazzy. And there shouldn't have to be going super fast for you to do that. So try that section again with the metronome if you want, and see if you can make it perk it up again. And after that, take a break. See if you can perk it up. Good for you. Your whole body changed, your face changed, and your music changed. Now that doesn't give you permission not to do the technique or to play it too fast. But what I'm saying is that that part always has to be in it. Unless you're really slowing it down and practicing the technique and really making, there are times when you don't want music in it for just a minute or two. Okay, so turn off the movie and go eat your peanut butter bar, and then you can get ready to do the, I want you to make